One sunny afternoon, Zoe walked into Dr. Thompson's class with her notebook ready. Today's lesson was about reproduction and development in animals, a topic she found fascinating. I can't wait to learn about how animals make babies, she thought excitedly. Good afternoon, class. Dr. Thompson greeted the students with a smile. Today, we will explore how animals reproduce and develop from birth to adulthood. Zoe raised her hand. Dr. Thompson, how do animals reproduce? She asked, eager to learn. Well, Zoe, Dr. Thompson said, reproduction is the process by which animals create offspring. Some animals reproduce sexually, meaning they need both a male and a female to produce offspring. Others reproduce asexually, meaning they don't need another animal to create offspring. Zoe nodded. She had heard about sexual reproduction, but the idea of asexual reproduction sounded interesting. What's the difference? She wondered. Dr. Thompson walked to the board and drew a diagram. Let's start by looking at the structure of the reproductive systems. For example, in males, we have the testes, which produce sperm, and in females, the ovaries produce eggs. These gametes meet during fertilization, when the sperm and egg combine to form a zygote. Zoe took notes, fascinated by how these processes worked. So, in sexual reproduction, the sperm and egg combine to make a baby? She asked. That's right, Dr. Thompson explained. But not all animals reproduce the same way. For instance, some animals, like starfish, use regeneration, a form of asexual reproduction where they can grow new limbs or even an entire new animal from a part of their body. Zoe's eyes widened. That sounds amazing. Can humans do that? Dr. Thompson chuckled. Unfortunately, no, Zoe. But other creatures, like planarians and some sea creatures, can do that. Asexual reproduction can also happen through budding, where a new individual grows from a parent organism, like in yeast. Zoe was curious. What about the stages after fertilization? How do animals develop? Good question, Dr. Thompson said. Once the zygote is formed, it starts to divide and grow into an embryo. From there, the animal goes through various stages, depending on the species. For example, frogs go through metamorphosis, changing from a tadpole into a froglet and finally into an adult frog. Other animals, like butterflies, undergo metamorphosis too, starting as larvae and transforming into adults. Zoe imagined how cool it would be to see a frog turn from a tadpole into a frog. Do all animals go through metamorphosis? She asked. No, Dr. Thompson explained. Only some animals do. Mammals, for example, develop in a more direct way. After fertilization, the embryo develops inside the uterus, and the animal grows into a young one. Some mammals, like humans, are viviparous, meaning they give birth to live young, while others, like birds, lay eggs. Zoe thought about the different ways animals developed and realized there was so much to learn. So, do all animals have the same reproductive methods? She asked. No, Zoe, Dr. Thompson said with a smile. Some animals are oviparous, like birds, meaning they lay eggs that hatch into young. Others, like mammals, are viviparous, and some, like certain sharks, are ovoviviparous, which means they produce eggs that hatch inside their bodies, leading to live births. That's so cool, Zoe exclaimed. I didn't know there were so many ways animals could reproduce and grow. Dr. Thompson nodded. Each method of reproduction has its advantages. Asexual reproduction allows animals to reproduce quickly, while sexual reproduction helps create genetic diversity, which is important for survival in changing environments. Whether it's a growing tadpole, a budding yeast, or a baby kangaroo in a pouch, each species has unique ways to ensure their survival. Zoe's mind was buzzing with all the information. How does the environment affect reproduction and development? She asked. Dr. Thompson smiled at Zoe's curiosity. That's a great question. Environmental factors like temperature, food availability, and habitat conditions play a big role in the reproductive strategies of animals. For example, some reptiles rely on incubation, keeping their eggs warm to develop, while other animals may time their reproduction to ensure their offspring have the best chance of survival. Zoe's thoughts raced as she considered all the new things she had learned. I can't wait to learn more, she thought, eager to dive deeper into the world of animal reproduction. As Dr. Thompson wrapped up the class, Zoe felt excited about the future lessons ahead. Reproduction is such an important part of life, Zoe thought, and it's amazing how animals have evolved so many different ways to bring new life into the world.